And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And I am starting the recording in 3, 2, 1, go. We are here tonight with Sergyou versus Lemmings, and I am joined by the one and only Mr. Bramboy.
Hey guys.
And it seems that Sergyou, playing Portuguese in the bottom right, will be facing off against Lemmings, playing French in the top left on Mendocino. So, Bramboy, what do you expect? You obviously have played Portuguese before, so I will entrust your wisdom.
I haven't really played a lot against French actually. I mainly practiced for the civilization that Dualgrad played, so he doesn't play French, so I never played Portuguese
See.
versus French. But I assume both will try to take the trading route and then age to Fortress after they made a few Hussars. Seems like a solid plan. I don't think they will play Colonial though. Sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, both civs do like being in Fortress, of course.
Yes.
And French is starting with a market, it seems. And he is mining some gold, so probably just wants some early hunting dogs.
Yep. And especially for ports, after a while they'll just lose the colonial battle because their Hussars get outmatched and French has a better ego early on, so they get outmatched really quickly. Portuguese does. So I don't think he will be wanting to stay in H2 for too long. I expect him to build a few, maybe musketeers to defend these trading routes, or a few Hussars to raid, and then age up to Fortress.
No big treasures picked up
What?
just yet. Oh, but there's the first one, 80 food for Lemmings. That's going to help him age up quite a bit. French, of course, being a bit nerfed in this patch, starting with less food, can really use a good food treasure like that.
What minute are you at now?
1 minute 45. And
Okay,
Portuguese is
skip
actually
that then.
sending 300 wood first.
I'm gonna skip ahead to 2 minutes then, because I'm a half minute pairing.
Yeah, we are trying to do the...
Okay, I'm hitting 2 minutes now. I'm now in 2 minutes, okay.
Okay, I
Yeah, but this
just
10
was 2
10 second
minutes.
difference doesn't really matter until a big battle happens, but
Yeah.
well.
French sending very
Anyways,
standard 3
uh,
CDB.
we see Sergyou shipping 300 wood as Portuguese, which is a really pretty odd choice actually. It can work in some situations, but I personally don't really like it. I'd rather just save my shipment than ship 700 coins, 700 wood instantly.
Yeah, we did see that in your game that you just never sent a shipment in H1.
No, Portuguese doesn't really have any good H1 shipments. Like if you ship Eco Fury, it's like 10%, so you get 1.3 villagers, which is just really bad. I'd rather just save my shipment to get 600 coin like half a minute earlier. That's so much more villager seconds not wasted.
On this map, the 300 wood, of course, does allow you to take some
Yeah,
TPs,
and it
which
looks
can
like
be nice.
he's actually gonna do that. He's explorer standing next to the trading route in my time frame actually.
Yeah,
So
for me as well, and he did pick up the trading post here.
yes, he's building it now for me. Okay. So yeah, shipping 300 wood to build a trading post. It's an option. I personally don't like it, but I guess it can work. But
Yeah, I think he also has enough wood to get a second one afterwards. If he, I think he might have spent it on something else.
yeah, but I think if you're going for TPs on this map, you should go for advanced trading posts, especially against France, who, well, they can contest TPs, so it's kind of dumb for me to say that, but yeah, you can ship ATP and then build 2 trading posts, make barracks, make musketeers, and then try to take the third and fourth one if France took those.
Yeah, the nice thing with ATP, of course, is that not only does it make your TPs cheaper, basically acting as a wood shipment, but it also makes them a lot more difficult to siege down.
Yeah, it's basically a cheap outpost.
And Portuguese building a market in transition, obviously you want to have market upgrades in a matchup that's most likely not going to end up with one player just rushing very hard.
I don't really like that, to be honest. Like, if you're going for 300 wood to build TP, I think you should commit, because 300 wood is just, let's be honest, it's not a good shipment. If you're gonna ship it, you need to either commit to a trading line, or get market upgrades with it. But, like, building one trading post for 300 wood doesn't sound like a good option.
Yeah, well, he is actually getting 2 market upgrades, so... But he is no longer chopping wood in transition, so we won't see an extra TP in the transition period. He might get more later. And French's Explorer actually getting caught here. He might lose that. But I'm
Don't
pretty sure he's
think so.
aging up, so he should be
Yeah,
fine.
and he's closest to a town center anyway, so he's fine. I'm gonna check the sound real quick. Okay, I think it's fine. I'm not saying anything, so I assume the sound's fine. If the sound's not fine, please do say so.
Portuguese being the
Um,
first to reach Colonial. That's a very defensive town center, and 700
Yeah,
is his
it's
shipment
too
of choice.
defensive in my opinion.
Yeah, you're not really expecting French to go
Yeah.
really aggressive in this matchup, so at least build it somewhere where you can contest the trading route, or
Mhm.
at least some sort of resource.
And if you're not playing against a rush shift, I prefer just place it in the middle gold mine next to the elks. It just gives you that middle edge, and you have like if you have the entire trading route with stagecoach, then you have line of sight of the complete middle of the map, so you can prevent most raids from happening.
4 CDB for French, and both players starting with a stable, so we're probably gonna see some Cav semi fast fortresses.
Yes.
Oh, and it seems I forgot to put my Skype on Do Not Disturb, so please remind me to fix that after this game. I knew I forgot something.
Yeah, plus Egomod is telling me to lower my graphic settings, but I think it's fine. It's all on the lowest. Your computer is just better, so it just runs faster.
And we actually see a stealthy scout. I was about to flare it, but that would do literally nothing. But, that's going to probably see any Hussar come out and try to do any shenanigans, and French taking the second TP on his route. And actually, French only gets out a batch of 4 Hussar. We'll have to see if...
It's pretty interesting, you know. Portuguese, they sent 600 wood, but I don't think you need it at this time. Like, I wonder what he's gonna do with it. Maybe it's gonna build a second trading post, but then you have like 500 wood, which you're not doing anything with. You don't need houses, you don't
his
need a second
Explorer is
stable.
not really in a position to take
Yeah,
an extra
exactly.
TP. But he did get a full batch of 5 Hussar out, so...
Yes, because he didn't take any trading posts. If you take the trading post, then you don't need 700 coin. Okay, if you take the trading post, then you need 700 coin to get 5 SAR out. Okay, it's kind of interesting actually. These apply the sword. I'm at 6 minutes 20 by the way.
I'm at 6
5
minutes 31.
Okay, I'll skip ahead a bit, but these 5 stars trying to get the scout, but they're getting distracted because now his explorer is gonna die, which allows. Oh, they're gonna run away? No, he's gonna get it. Okay, so he cannot build a second trading post anymore, which is pretty big since he has 400 wood stacked up and he's already getting steel traps, so he won't be able to spend the wood.
He could get amalgamation, I suppose, but that's
It's not.
quite
It's not good
expensive.
at this point. You want to age as soon as possible. He's
Yeah,
building
it's
3 more
200
SAR.
food, I think, for amalgamation.
Yeah, he's shipping 700 food now. It's a possibility, I guess. He's gonna continue making a sword for now.
Yeah, and French player actually got out of that pretty well. He got his Explorer, or his opponent's Explorer, for
Yeah.
only 1 Hussar when he was behind on Hussar. That's
And
just a
also,
really good rate.
Pretty important to say, his UT scout did not die. It was getting chased down. Then he stealthed it just in time, and the sword couldn't get to him. Now that the explorer's down, this scout will remain here for some time.
Yeah, and Portuguese actually making a second batch of Hussar. Whereas the French player is very
you mean
close to aging.
You mean a third? A third batch? He already
Second
has-
batch, I think.
He already has 8 SAR outs for me.
Yeah, that's just the second batch, isn't it? Or is that the shipment?
No, he didn't ship anything, so it's a third batch. Okay, never mind, I got confused. Okay, so we see France going mid here to deflect the SAR pressure.
Yeah,
And
French
that's-
is already Fortress, and Portuguese hasn't even clicked up yet.
I'm at 7 minutes 55. Are you?
I'm slightly ahead of that, couple seconds.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he's already up, but one problem though, he has 400 wood, and he's just starting to make houses. He had 700 wood stacked, so that's pretty bad.
He does
For
already
one-
have a barracks up as well, though, which is nice.
Where?
In the back of his base, there's a barracks.
I don't see that. Okay, he's building it now. Okay, but anyways, it's pretty bad. He had 700 wood stacked up for a house, and he just now built it, which is bad for 2 reasons. One, that obviously you are popped, so you cannot produce villagers and units, and the other, that houses give, I think, 100. No, it's 20 XP, so it's basically 140 XP total, which is quite big. Since you want to get those shipments out as fast as possible if you're going for fast fortress, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Those Fortress shipments are so influential and strong.
Yeah. Okay, what minute are you at now?
8 minute 52.
Okay, I'll skip out a bit.
And Portuguese actually going, or French rather, going pretty heavy on the Dragoons in this
Yeah.
early Fortress.
I think that's fine though. He knew his opponent had only SRs and he hasn't aged yet, so he knows he's probably just making only SR. He's gonna make some skirmishes now, and these 8 SR are coming in from a flank from behind, and the Dragoons are in the middle of the map, so it could get pretty nasty. Okay, he shipped 5
His 5
out.
goon shipment just arrived,
Yeah,
so he
so he
should be
should be
okay.
completely fine. He might lose to one fill,
He's
but
probably
then
gonna lose his
again,
CDB though, because CDB have range resist, of course, unlike regular villagers,
yeah,
which
but
have melee resist.
one CD. Okay, the goons are running away actually. Ooh, that's really bad.
I guess he's
Although
going
on
for
the
the
other side of the
counter
map,
raid.
he might be able to catch his cover wagon. He did not get it actually. He ran past it. That's pretty bad. And now these are, I think they killed 2 villagers. And these dragoons trying to raid, but they are next to the TC, so they're not going to do anything. These 2 SRs killed 1 villager. And he might get a second actually. This Minuteman, this 1 HP Minuteman got a second villager.
A Portuguese player actually has great codes.
Ooh, this is pretty
researched.
bad. Does he? Yeah. Ooh, the Portuguese player losing a couple of fills, and this is pretty bad from Sergyou. He had 7 stars on top of 5 skirmishes, but he chose to run him away. Probably didn't see them because he was so focused on defending his villagers. He's gonna lose another one. That's 3 fills already down.
He was also
It's not
losing
good.
his first Dragoon batch, which could be quite
Ooh,
bad
yeah,
if the
this is really
French player
bad.
makes cuirassiers later on.
Yeah, in a perfect game, I don't see how Blue can lose this game now. Lemmings. He's
French
killed
is
3,
also shipping his 2 Falconet shipments.
and that might be too early actually.
Yeah, if
Because
these
still-
Hussars go back in
yeah, yeah.
and just snipe that Falconet shipment, that could be
Yeah.
devastating for
Yeah,
French.
they are on the other side of the map. They know Dragoons are not going to fight this because they will lose to like 8 Dragoons. So these 7 stars are going back now to the base. There's 5 skirmishers in the base parked, but that's not going to defend against 7 stars if Falconet pop out.
He did get another CDB, and if these Hussars can stick around a couple seconds more before these Dragoons come and they see that Falconet shipment, but I feel like the Dragoons are going to chase them away before that
Yeah,
happens.
and he already used his Minutemen as well. So if the Falconets
Oh, there's the Falconets, but luckily the
Falconets
Goons
halfway
are
through
there.
for me. Gotta skip through. Yeah, and also Blue lost a lot of Dragoons unnecessarily in the base. He started with 10 or something and basically traded 4 Dragoons for 3 villagers, which is not a good trade.
Yeah, Portuguese having 2 TCs, of course, that's a
Yeah.
lot of fire if there's villagers garrisoned in them.
Also, this one big win for him though is, apart from the lost gathering time, this third TC position isn't really good. You would prefer to have it on the left flank, you know, where it is like under the 2 training posts on the left,
Yeah,
to secure that area. But now it's in an awkward position because this area is pretty much already secured. If it just hurts a bit to the south, and he has training posts there, so he has line of sight.
I don't mind
selling out-
positioning too much, it still protects a hunt and it kind of protects the hunt above that as well, but it's obviously not ideal.
No.
But it could be worse. It could be a third defensive TC if the French player had pressured it more, and that would be even worse. He really does not need more defensive TCs.
Do you know if the scout went down? I don't see it anymore. But I suppose it did somewhere.
Yeah,
well.
I do think it died eventually somewhere.
Alright. So this one lone Minuteman going for a raid.
I mean, it almost got a villager down, but it seems we're actually going to have a fight here under this third TC. So I'll focus a bit more on that.
I don't know if that's a good... Oh, this goon's coming in actually, focusing
Yeah,
on...
that's at least one dead Falconet, and probably the other one as well. There's not nearly enough skirmishers here to kill these Dragoons before
No,
they can
but
kill the Falconets.
Goons versus goons are also pretty decent. Like, we can see what he traded. For me, he just... Okay, he just traded 2 goons and 1 Castler for like 1 Falconet.
And the Minutemen arriving as well, with this one villager leading the charge of the Minutemen. But yeah, there's just way more Castadors and skirmishers, and unless some handcap comes in here.
Now.
But this
Yeah,
Minuteman has already killed 3 villagers, I think.
What are the skirms doing? They're getting completely flanked. Or not flanked, but like, they should have run away.
Yeah, they should got annihilated by Castadors.
Yeah.
Castadors are not the greatest unit, but if there's something they're good at, it's fighting skirmishers.
Yeah, and especially with the 2 Fox down now, I don't see what France can do against a huge mass of Castors. Well, apart from Cuirassiers, of course, but then again,
Cuirassiers?
Portuguese already has 8 goons out, and I think he didn't ship now 5 goons yet. Okay, he did.
What French needs to do here is focus his fire on the opposing Dragoons, so that his Cuirassiers can come in and just hopefully clean up. Neither player has gotten Stagecoach on their routes yet.
He is not shipping Cuirassiers yet, though. Or making them either. He's gonna purely rely on Skirm Goon, which I don't think works in the long term against Portuguese. Also because they have 3 town centers.
Yeah, and Castadors are just better skirmishers when it comes to a Skirm Goon war.
Yeah, true.
50% range resist is quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's almost as much as an Iron Troop.
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
those have 60%.
I'm not sure actually.
But it's more than a skirmisher, I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. On the other hand, they have 105 HP while skirmishers 144. Actually, we see France shipping 7 skirmishers, which I think is a mistake. He's building cuirassiers now, but if he ships 3 cuirassiers, builds 5, then goes in, I think he should be more than fine with like these
French is
15
also getting
skirms.
stagecoach actually. I'm at minute 14:12 by the way.
Okay, I'm 13, 50, so I'll skip ahead. He's getting stagecoach now. It's interesting since he only has 2 and he knows his bow and there's 1. It's kind of late for stagecoach now, I think.
I feel like if you want to go stagecoach, you need to make it early so that it actually pays off in time.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not seeing any cuirassiers built, so it's possible he cancelled those.
And also 200 wood and forge is a pretty huge investment. It basically means 2 houses or another military building, which is just something you'd rather have than stagecoach in H3. Like these trading bows give 34 resources, so it will take a while for 200 wood and 200 food to pay off, especially in a skirm goomer, which doesn't really grant a lot of time.
Yeah, I also feel like
Ooh.
Portuguese still has which he is now sending the organ shipment. So French doesn't have the Falconets to deal with it anymore, so these 2 organ guns could do a lot of damage if they are microed properly.
Did Lemmings cancel his crochet badge? I don't see it anywhere, so I think he did. Just gonna stick
Yeah,
to,
I do think he cancelled it.
Also, pretty important to note, as I said before, the Explorer is still down. Oh, actually, it got resurrected like a second ago. But anyways, it was down, it's not being tasked with the army, and this scout was on top of the army. Now the army from red is moving forward. I'm at 15 minutes 25. And it's gonna try to attack the hunting position of these Coureurs of Coureurs de Bois. While Blue's army is just sitting on the south side of his base, so if he comes in from the north, picks up a few fields and gets out of there, that would be a great trade for me.
Yeah, I feel like French is shipping the skirmisher attack upgrade though, so
Yeah, I like that.
that's going to help a lot. Yeah, I think he needed to ship that
I like that
before
because
he pushed though.
at this point I think getting skirm attack 15% all damage output is better than 3 crochets.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because Portuguese doesn't have any upgrades for their skirmishers, whereas France, for example, Dutch do. So
Yeah, well, I think Portuguese does, but only an H4.
yeah, but yeah, that's what I
But
meant.
obviously he doesn't have access to that yet. But these 2
Ooh,
organ
these
guns,
goons-
if
these
they
goons-
can stay
these goons
alive.
running into the gassers for no reason, it's gonna lose 2 for free. And now the organs come. Organs are pretty bad though, but important to note, the falconets are down. So normally you'd have falconets to deal with organ guns, and now that's simply not the case. There's no crochets out either, so he's gonna try to pick it up with the goons. But it's gonna be hard with a bunch of castors and goons standing on top of them. Like Sergyou is not dumb. He's not gonna just let him run in there. He's gonna use
And organ guns.
use the organs to focus down skirmishers really easily. This will fall like flies eventually.
Yeah, organ guns are terrible in a cannon mirror, but when it comes to shooting densely
Yeah.
packed infantry, I think they're actually better than falconets.
Yeah, only infantry though.
Yes.
Like
only
against
infantry.
goons, still do wars. It's basically a wars unit anyways, but interesting second Rex position on a place which is pretty contested right now. You might lose a feel for it. No, it does not.
To
Okay.
be honest, I think that barracks where this entire army is standing next to, I think it might be better if instead of queuing up skirmishers, you actually queued up some pikemen or something there. That because those organ guns are basically right next to it, and if a bunch of pikemen could pop right on top of those organ guns, they're just dead probably.
Yeah, or halberdiers maybe. Does France have access to halberdiers? Probably not.
I'm not sure. I don't play French.
Bikes would die instantly actually. So if that was stable, crochets would have been really good right now.
Yeah, and I think Portuguese might be saving up coin for the Mameluke shipment.
Yeah, France actually completely out of coin. This mine in the southeast base is out. The mine on his town center only has 141 in it.
He has
Still-
one to the north of his currently hunting CDB.
Yes, and he can also move the fields in the middle to the south side. And he also starts his stagecoach to coin. He's pretty starved though. He only has 18 villagers. He has 18 villagers idle. He only has 35 villagers.
Yeah, and 14 of them are
not
idle
bad.
because, like you said, that coin mine is gone. So, and he hasn't retasked them yet. He's also losing quite a couple of houses here if these units keep sieging.
Yeah. I think at this point Blue knows he has nothing to do. Most of his fields are idle. He cannot contest his army. There's an army in his base. So I think we'll see him tap out really shortly. I'm gonna skip ahead now. Oh, he's gonna try to run in with the goons, but he lost 10 goons or 2 organ guns. And now there's more skirmishers and goons. I would like Red to see him run into the skirmishers so they get into melee mode, so they cannot...
He did kill the organ guns, but his entire
yeah,
goon
but
mass
for
got
what?
wrecked.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's more Castador than goons. Or Castadors than skirmishers rather.
Yeah,
Well, there's also a
that's the
massive
case.
amount of goons. And there's
Well,
4 Mamelukes being
And there's
sent now.
32 villages idle. So yeah, this first game will go to Sergyou, it seems. The recording game has
Yeah, I'll
finished.
just go to play. Oh, and just as I click it, recorded game has finished.
Yep.
So game 1 goes to Sergyou.
Pretty
It was
convincing game from
pretty well
actually.
played by him.
Pretty convincing. He didn't go for stagecoach in the end, and he almost lost his third down syndrome. But after that, after he recovered from a few raids, he played it pretty well with Skirm going Oregon eventually. Like the fact that he was able to pick off those 2 falconets in the place of the third TC, which was just huge for him because Portuguese has no other means than goons and goon pick off or maybe Mamelukes to contest 2 falconets. So the fact that he was able to pick those up for practically free, like 2 goons, it's amazing for him. It basically won him the game.
And it was not just the 2 Falcons, the skirmishers stayed behind there for no reason, and he
True.
lost a lot of skirmishers to the Cazadors. That was just a way too early push in my opinion. There was no need to go in at that point. It was even under the opponent's TC, like, even if the Dragoons didn't come there, the TC itself could have done massive damage to the Falconets, because there was basically nothing there to protect them.
Yep, true.
So I'm loading in the second recording now.
I'm on the way.
Okay, I'm paused at 00000.
I'm loading any moment now. Let me see, where is it? Cost? And yeah, there it is. So we see Sergyou playing ports again, Hudson Bay. You think he's going water now? Or is he going to stick to the same thing? Obviously he won the first game, so now you might think, okay, I can win versus this guy, so we should probably just stick to the same thing, right?
Possibly, but do note that Lemmings is playing a different civ, so
on the other hand,
he's playing India.
Lemmings playing India, which is basically one of the best anti-water civs due to the siege caravans and cheap caravels. Or yeah, well, they're not cheap, but you know, India gets a wood carrying bonus on the trees, and they also get wood trickles, or you can ship wood trickles, and they also have a lot of fields of wood, so it's much easier for them to build a caravel.
And they also have European cannon, which
yes, true.
Portuguese does not have access to. But I don't think Sergyou will go water, because from what I've heard, he's a treaty player, and as far as I know, warships are banned in treaties, so I'm not sure how experienced he is with water play.
Probably does, even though it's in the game. It's like, no warships? Yeah, sure. Does the game even have warships? What?
But anyway, are you at...
I'm at 40 seconds now, but I suggest we skip one ahead.
Oh, well, I was waiting for you to start the recording, so I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm at 55 seconds now, so you can just skip ahead a bit.
I'll go to play fast.
Nothing interesting has happened yet, except Sergyou is taking trading posts. Let me just check real quick if he's going for 10-10.
Okay, I'm at 1 minute 20.
No,
now.
he's not, actually. He chopped 100 wood, I think, for a... it might have gone to treasure, let me check. Yeah, you get 40...
There were a couple nice treasures. There was 40 wood for Portuguese.
Yeah, so Portuguese got 40 wood, and he built a trading post and chopped 60 wood for a house, which is okay. It's pretty decent.
I'm at 1 minute 45.
Okay, I'll skip
He's taking a 95 wood treasure at the moment, and it does not seem like Sergyou will be close enough to contest it, because he's taking a 90 wood treasure himself.
Yeah, I was going to say that he scouted the 90 wood, so we can go back there immediately. And Lemmings is going for the 95 wood, I suppose.
And he might actually be able to build a second TP with that, together with the wood from his trickle. And a couple of villagers he has gathering wood, because of course India needs to chop wood for their villagers in the early game.
Yep. Okay, I'm at 3 minutes 40 now. I'm gonna play it normally.
Yeah, I'm watching normally now as well, because there was some treasure possibilities.
Okay, so we see India going up with the Agrifort, just a standard build, no 10-10 shenanigans or anything. Looks like he's just gonna build some villagers, a house, and I'm not sure if he's gonna go for sepoy pressure, actually. It could still be a possibility. It's not completely off the table, but he's not gathering any coin as of now. And
what time
sepoy,
are you on at the moment?
I'm on 4 minute 2.
Yeah, and Sergyou does pick up a second TP, and a third TP as well now, actually.
So it's third. That's interesting.
Let's see if he shipped the advanced TP. Yes, he did.
He's still chopping wood, though.
9
fields.
Well, he still needs the stagecoach upgrade.
Yeah, but you can get it for 400 wood. Like if you ship 400 wood.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
You have stagecoach and stable. You don't need population, because your second belt system gives you 10 population, which is enough for 5 SR and one like few fills. You get 29-30. So you can ship 700 coins, 700 wood easily. Yeah, but look, he chopped 100 wood for a house, I guess. No, a market actually. It's interesting. If you go for ATP, you don't really need a market. Not now actually. You can get it from 600 wood later or 700 wood.
And 8 bows is
But-
his first shipment actually, or his second shipment. Sorry.
Oh, you're already the second shipment? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
he has it queued up.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. That's
He has
maybe
3
because
TPs, so
he
he's
scouted the
getting a lot of
middle. He
experience.
scouted the middle Iger Fort. He hasn't scouted any of the space. Maybe he's just assuming a Seapire rush. Maybe he checked his elo before and he saw that this guy does a lot of Seapire rushes. Of course, possible. You can check out other people's games and what the units they made. So maybe
the
you
India
saw.
player is shipping 5 Seapoy first. So
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you saw a Seapire rush every single game. So he's just preemptively shipping 8 Expo to counter that, which is a good strategy, of course.
India does have a water deck, by the way, or it's not a super heavy water deck, but he has the East Indiaman, he has the Caravels, he has the frigate. I think this is
Yep.
So I guess he was just being ready for the case that
Well, it
Portuguese
doesn't
does
really
go water.
doesn't really seem like an anti-water deck. If I saw correctly, he doesn't have the European cannons in
No, he
there.
does not.
No, he does not. So it's probably just a backup water plane, like you skip schooners when your food is out, and then you go on water.
Or just like he notices that Portuguese has schooner, so he just ships 2 Caravels just to disrupt him a bit and force the Portuguese player to commit more onto the water. But Portuguese has literally no water cards, so we're probably not gonna see water. Unless indeed the food runs out and the India player is forced to go into the water. And this advanced TP has actually killed the Seapoy already.
Well, yeah.
But I think
it-
it's focus firing an elephant at the moment, so...
Yeah, it's pretty huge how much damage it does. Basically, training outpost, I think it's 25 attack. I think outpost is 30, but still it's practically the same. I don't like him sieging your training post though. He didn't really scout any expo, so he might have just gone in, picked up a village or two, then saw the crossbowman and just ran back.
Sergyou again has a lot of wood bank though.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 700. That's pretty bad. Yeah,
Well, I
he
mean,
needs-
I guess it at least allows him to rebuild that TP, and if he wants to also get the stagecoach. But at this point, I feel like he doesn't want to dedicate to stagecoach because he spotted that India is playing rather aggressive. So
yeah, but you can still get stagecoach against aggressive civs.
yeah, but the problem is he's playing aggressive, basically on his line. So if he gets stagecoach now, India can just fall back, siege the TPs, and take the entire training
Look at
round.
his army. I'm at 7 minutes now, and look at his army.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad because if India runs in, then Port's can easily driven with some Minutemen, and the
DC
army is.
fire.
Pretty sure the Portuguese army can actually beat the Sepoy army now. Maybe needs Minutemen, but the crossbowmen are pretty strong if it just moves them back and then just guides a bit.
And he also has colonial militia in the deck, so there is no way for Lemmings to know is that being sent or not at the moment.
It looks like Portuguese is trying to go for an Egypt though, or is he popped? That might also be the case. No, he's building villagers but no army anymore, so I think he's going for go for trading posts. I'm really surprised he didn't get stagecoach though.
And India is actually not slacking on the eco either. He keeps making villagers, and he is getting all his market upgrades. So he is having a pretty strong economy behind this push.
Yeah, this is no all-in Seaboy or something. He's just making a bunch of Seaboys. He's sieging on trading posts.
And yeah, I do think Portuguese is going for an Asia because he is shipping 700 wood now, 700 food now rather.
Yeah, but still don't like Sergyou's build. I think if you commit to advanced trading posts, then you either get stagecoach, or against aggressive ships like India, you don't get stagecoach, and you just don't ship ATP. You just go for the standard the Terrasar semi-5 with one trading post in precision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't
Just
think
go-
it was the worst build. I mean, it did kill a Seaboy and did some damage to the Explorer, and it did give him a lot of shipments. But I don't see why you wouldn't just also get Stagecoach then, especially because he's now also defending these TPs, which gives him even more reason to make them better. He has the resources for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
going
he's
at
actually
5
not aging
Gurkha.
up with his food shipment. He's making
He's
more
not.
musketeers.
Ooh, interesting. You cannot fight India in H2, so it's I don't know if it's good.
Yeah, and you're even adding in a consulate and getting some redcoats, which are
Yeah.
very strong, and mixing in Gurkha, which is the biggest problem for India, for Portuguese. India has a full military composition of whatever they want in H2. They can have dragoons, they
Exactly,
can have
yeah.
the Sowars, they can have skirmishers in their Gurkha. They just have such a powerful H2
Yeah.
composition.
Well, Portuguese is locked on Musketeer Bazaar, which
And crossbows.
Gurkhas, and Gurkha Samurai perfectly counters. Like Gurkha counter basically everything that Port has in H2 except for SARS.
But those get wrecked by the Seapoy.
Yeah, and Zamrex. Ooh,
Yeah,
this-
Seapoy
it's
are
kind of a
very
waste.
powerful
It's
musketeers.
kind of a waste of the elephants though, just running them in now. It's really bad actually. I'm at minute 9:30 now.
I'm at 921.
Okay, yeah, he just ran his elephants in and they both died for literally nothing.
Well,
Yeah,
he
he's
was able to
picking up
poke
one
one
unit
musketeer down.
He's picking up a lot of units now, actually, with chasing Seaboy and Gurkha. Pretty killed off like a quarter of the army. But still, if you just save those Sar and then, if you save those elephants and then go in later when they're not actively being targeted, you shouldn't let them come in first because then they just get shot down.
Yeah, those elephants are so powerful. They have the stomp and they just have so much HP.
HP. Yeah, so if you just let them come in somewhere in the midst of battle, then they won't automatically get targeted down.
Portuguese is aging up, actually, with obviously the exiled prince, and he's shipping 2 batches of Minutemen to hold this push. So he should be fine here, especially if he guarantees some villagers into this DC.
He should be fine, but India still had an economy as of now. I wonder where he's going to place his 30C since he doesn't really have any position secured. He can place it in the bottom, but then he needs to be careful that it doesn't just get sieged down by random sepoys.
Yeah, with his current position, he's going to need to make sure it doesn't get sniped.
India should not take this fight. What is he doing? He's just fighting against 2 batches of Minutemen, some Musketeers and Crossbowmen, which are all just obsolete in H3. So he's basically... This doesn't matter for Portuguese. He wants to lose his units. He doesn't need them in H3. And now these Gurkha are fighting within range of Musketeers and Crossbowmen. They're going to get all picked off, which is just really bad.
Yeah, and a couple of units are even sieging this building DC instead of shooting.
Yeah.
And there's the Minutemen are still alive.
Still Minutemen alive. It's so bad. There's 6 Minutemen alive, and these Gurkha. I mean, I don't want to discredit Lemmings or anything. I don't want to say he's really bad, but this fight was terrible for him. He fought against Minutemen, sieged the building, fought within Musketeer range. It's not good.
Yeah, that was 2 batches of Minutemen. That's just a lot of power.
Yeah, you don't fight that.
These things have 26 ranged attack.
Like, you might be able to guide a bit, like, run in, kill a Musketeer or 2, and then just run back, just constantly do that. But in range, against 2 batches of Minutemen, under DC fire, probably you didn't even notice. It's not good.
No, there was no DC fire.
Okay, Portuguese is shipping 8 casters now, which will allow him to push. Although he should be careful, since he's shipping 2 organs next, and he does not know if India is stable. Like, a good Indian player would anticipate castors and organ guns would already be making sours. I'm not sure if he's already doing that. He's not, actually.
No,
he does not even have a stable down. He's building one now. It's kind of too late, actually, already. Still fighting within range of Musketeers, actually. Like, you cannot outrun Castors, but, I mean, Musketeers. And now the elephant part also comes into play, because these elephants could have been really great against Castors, but now they're already dead.
Those elephants destroy Castors.
And they just got resurrected and died instantly. If they're both at 400 HP now, and he just shipped, like, and he had shipped 4 Swords, made 5, and he ran in with 9 Saurs, a bunch of, like, 20-30 Gurkha if he hadn't wasted them. And the elephants, then he would have easily won this game. But now he's behind. He's playing against Castor organs with only a stable up now, and each economy is gonna slowly be worse than Portuguese.
I think India wants to age up as well. By the way.
Does he?
Yeah, he has a lot of
I saw him
resources
ship section going. Yeah, it's probably true. I'm not sure if they're gonna be in time though. This Everfort is gonna get easily taken down. He can take the first training post and get stagecoach, and from there, even if you're a fortress, it's going to be an uphill battle.
Once he saw those double batches of Minutemen, I would have just fallen back and started sieging these 2 remaining TPs. There was no reason to just fight under that DC against 2 batches of Minutemen.
And you also need to realize, Portuguese didn't really lose anything, because what did they lose? Like a bunch of low HP Musketeers and Crossbowmen? Are you going to build Musketeers and Crossbowmen in H3? No, you're not. So you can just throw those away. And throwing Musketeers in H3 away versus Gurkha, that's always a great trade.
Well, I wouldn't mind having some Musketeers left just because Sours are pretty weak to Musketeers, but the Crossbowmen obviously are pretty obsolete.
I was saying earlier, if you shipped 4 Sour instead of 600 coin and made 5 Sour if you already have a stable up, then this army would have been crushed. You see, wow, that's really interesting.
And he is shipping his second batch of red coats as well.
Going up with the Taj Mahal, which is interesting. I think he wants to call ceasefire soon as age to buy some time, but I think you should always age with the Mansador, also because Mahouts are pretty good against Castadors. Like,
oh, is that so?
Yeah, and also the, what are they called, the Mansador units or something?
Mansabar, yeah.
Mansabar, yeah, so the units which boost the other units, they're so strong. It's like a 10% hit point increase or something, 10% attack. Like, they're always worth their cost.
He's actually shipping 1k wood.
Yeah, he can afford to do so. He's ahead now, and he has...
I'm not sure what he wants to do with the 1k wood, though. He has all 3 trading posts.
like build a market, get more market upgrades. Another thing is amalgamation it, build houses. Like you can never have enough houses, right? In eight
That's true, I
forts.
suppose.
You're supposed to train 5 goons, 5 casters.
7 Urumi
constantly.
for India being the next shipment.
Which, if you think about it, it's like 15 population every like 40 seconds. So if you have 1k booty, you build 10 houses, then you're completely fine.
I feel like these Urumi are not gonna do much unless he can make them pop out just as Portuguese is under the TC.
Yeah, that's the entire plan. If I were him, I would cancel the Urumi right now and ship him again, and just bait Portuguese back and try to pop it up, because I think they're gonna pop out now if he doesn't cancel them. Yeah, so now this Urumi is pretty useless.
He does have ceasefire, so he does have a way of getting them on top of the army.
That is very true. Of course, I forgot those. Yeah.
But I feel like he just has too many Zambaraks. What's the point of having so many Zambaraks?
I have no clue. I remember the first time actually losing to Urumi. I was just playing France, and he went for some fast industrial and strategy. So I thought, okay, I won easily, right?
And there's a ceasefire. So we'll have to see how well he can position his army here. The two organ guns are not moving, so...
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like he had like 30 Urumi just ran in with the ceasefire, and I'm like, whoa, I cannot move these falconets and skirms back in time. And he just got on top of me, completely wrecked everything. And if the Urumi,
there's even Minutemen. Both batches of Minutemen are being called
he's not
as well.
moving though. He's not moving with his Urumi. They stood still for a second. 1 second is 1 second too many. He could have been on top of the Castors easily.
His Urumi were also batched together with his other units, so they moved slower than they usually do.
If you just run the Urumi in, and then just as they get into shooting range, call ceasefire, you can really get on top of the Castors and take a lot of them out. And now, they're moving slowly because of the Zembrix.
Portuguese is getting stagecoach as well now, by the way. And he also shipped 1,000 coins, so he got away with shipping 2 pretty heavy economic shipments. And he can follow it up with the Mamelukes because of the 1k coin.
And realistically, this game is over now, because India has no means of gathering resources. He has he has an army, but this can get guided infinitely by Castors and Zembrix, and Goons. Because
he is getting his veteran upgrades now, though, so...
Castors outrange everything in his army, so as long as he just gets 50 of them, just keeps guiding. He has a better economy now, because they're 3 townships, right? Sure, yeah, definitely. Port has 85 villagers, and India has 40 villagers and trickles, which I guess matter a bit. So, if we call it generously, we can say he has 45, maybe 46 villas, so it's still 12 villas.
Portuguese is going over to mills, though.
Also, 3 training posts, with stagecoach, which also counts for like 12 villas.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I mean, if he is forced onto mills already, which I'm not sure why he is doing, he still has a hunt down here.
He doesn't need. He has like basically all the hunts on the map, because his army is just much better. He can steal the hunts from India.
I don't think he wants to be that greedy, though.
It's not greedy, it just has the better army. Look at Port's army.
He can't know that for sure, though.
Yeah, but he can just gather and send his army on top of it. It's no matter. His army is better, so India's going to be pushed back eventually. He's talking making the stars now, which will just be the nail in the coffin. Because if you have Castors and Goons and a star against an Indian army with no eco behind it, then...
And he is shipping Mamelukes next. I saw it pop up that he needed a couple coin more to send it, so... Once those Mamelukes arrive... and India is doing a fight here with more than half of the Zambaraks not even being in the fight.
The Urumi are on top of the Dragoons, which is bad, because they have... they have an... bonus against heavy infantry, which Castors are not, but Castors have 105 hit points and only range resist. So if Urumi get on top of Castors, then it can be a really good fight. Although these Castors need to move them back really quick, because now they're in range of Zembrix, Musketeers, Redcoats. Well, it's not good. Not good actually. You need to move them back really quick.
Yeah, those Gurkha do get an extra range when they get veteran, of course. So they're not nearly as bad against Castors as they used to be in H2. But
now the Tsar will come in, which will force these Castors back, so it will be a little bit of a briefing moment for the Castors. There's no Zembrix in their necks again, which is pretty good.
Yeah, most of the Indian meat has died, and of course he didn't have his explorers,
now,
so...
If he focuses all the Gurkha down, which he should do with his Goons and his Castors, then he can easily clean up the rest of the army. Especially with 4 Mamelukes coming in, that's gonna be game. He cannot deal with 4 Mamelukes right now. He has, let me check, like 10 Zembrix. And he lost most of his Gurkha.
And the Mamelukes, which are coming very soon, and he lost most of his Zambaraks.
Yeah, his entire economy is going to be forfeit. He cannot defend his villagers, which in an RTS game, if you cannot defend your villagers, then that will be game.
I think what he needed to do there before that fight is send maybe like a single Zamorak to revive both these elephants that are at full HP by now.
Oh, that's really bad, yeah. Okay, now he sees the
The Mamelukes and
Mamelukes and
he
he
resigns.
steps out, so it's gonna be 2-0 for Sergyou. Well played by him.
If those two elephants were at full HP and alive and just on these Castadors, that fight would have gone way differently.
No, I don't think it would have been way differently. Well,
They do 10 damage
Michael-
with a splash of 2. These Castadors do
My
not
card
have
was
a lot
a
of HP.
pretty big part though, yeah. He had Hirumi on the Goons, which is not good. Should be on the Castadors. Half of his Zambreaks were not fighting, and in the first place, you shouldn't make Zambreaks in this situation. Maybe like 10 or something to defend against possible SR.
Yeah, you don't need to be worried of the Mameluke, so I don't think you need some Zamraks.
He didn't scout any. Yeah, okay, you might want to get it for Mamelukes, but not yet. You know, in early forces.
And not in such big numbers.
Yeah, in early forces you cannot ship Mamelukes because you will get outclassed in the rest of your army. So he should have started with Sour and then took a fight, and once 20 Sours died, should have just started making Zambreaks. Because when you know a big part of your composition is not anti-cavalry, Portuguese will start making a SAR and shipping Mamelukes. And if you just start making Zambreaks from 2 stables, then they'll just get completely counter compositioned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
that's-
Sergyou does win this series 2-0.
Lemmings is probably not out of his group yet. He needs to win. Let's play 2 more people, or maybe he has already played him, but it's not going to be an elimination match for him.
So shall we take a quick game before we move on to the next series, which will